fellow Americans, the time for change is upon us. The patronage system, also known as the spoils system, has been part of our political landscape for far too long.
But what's wrong with the spoils system? It's been around for ages.
Indeed, it has, but it's high time we recognize its flaws. The spoils system allows politicians to reward their supporters and campaign workers with government jobs. This not only breeds corruption but also undermines the very essence of a merit-based system.
The civil service reform is a necessity. We need to ensure that our government is run by people who are qualified and competent, not just those who have political connections.
Okay, I agree with my opponent that the current system has its flaws. However, we must be cautious not to swing the pendulum too far in the opposite direction. We need a balanced approach that ensures fairness and maintains political accountability. The civil rights case of '83 is like a slap in the face. Legalized segregation? Unbelievable.
The Supreme Court decision nullified the Civil Rights Act of 1875. Now segregation is sanctioned in private businesses. It's disheartening.
We fought for equality, yet here we are. Hotels, theaters, railroads, places we're now unwelcome.
Amidst technological marvels like Edison's electric light and Bell's telephones, socially, we're regressing. Progress in industry contrasts their social issues.
The new industrial age thrives, but our communities remain marginalized. African Americans and immigrants were all excluded from this prosperity.
Voters are driven by fear of losing jobs, their way of life. They blame us unjustly.
This decision has emboldened those against our rights. Can voters see beyond their fears to embrace true equality?
The public mood is dark, but activism is rising. The upcoming elections are going to be pivotal. We need leaders for genuine progress.
Will voters realize true prosperity includes everyone? It's hard to be hopeful when the law itself betrays us.
They must. The civil rights cases have spurred new activism.
To ensure the echoes of this year are of justice and equality, not injustice.
Indeed, the decisions now will resonate far into the future.
And the votes for vote inclusion from New York are 210,451.
Where's that pop?
Now, for James G. Blaine for Maine, 209,872.
Blaine, James C. Blaine, a confident liar for the state of Maine.
Boss, like us. Ha ha ha.
Maria, the situation we find ourselves in is indeed delicate, but we cannot ignore the controversy surrounding our past.
Grover, the storm of whispers and innuendos grows fiercer by the hour. Our shared history and the child we bore together are now laid bare for all to see.
Pops, the court of public opinion is turning against you. The accusations and doubts about your character swirl around us like a tempest.
I cannot evade the ghost of my past any longer. The time has come to confront the storm, to face the truth before the impending election. My fellow Americans, I had stand before you with a heavy heart. I confess to the mistakes of my youth, to the child I acknowledged and supported, as any honorable man should. My fellow Americans, I stand before you today to ask for your support in this election. I am a man of experience and a proven track record in politics. I promise to work for the people and to restore the government to the principles of the founding fathers.
And I stand before you today to tell you that the Republican Party is the party of rum, Romanism, and rebellion.
How dare you insult our culture, our faith, and our patriotism with one swift stroke?
I don't necessarily agree with the Reverend's
That's
choice
not good
of
enough,
words.
Mr. Blaine. You were president at the time, and you lacked the presence of mind to repudiate the statement immediately. You've lost my vote and the vote of many other Irish Americans.
I should have spoken out against the Reverend's words. I let my desire to win the election cloud my judgment.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today as a representative of Van Nev. Now, you might be wondering, why are we here in the midst of the 1884 election between Cleveland and Blaine? The answer, my friends, is simple. We believe that James G. Blaine is the leader that this nation needs, someone whose legacy will last longer than his term. It is vital to keep in mind that this period, so-called the Gilded Age, in which rapid industrialization and urbanization led to a concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a small number of business leaders. The Republicans have always tended to prioritize policies that benefit large corporations. This includes lower taxes, fewer regulations. This was shown through his Mulligan letters, which were regarded by the people as bad-intentioned actions, but they too support prosperity for businesses. Blaine was one of the biggest promoters of free enterprise capitalism. In fact, he was the embodiment of it. A man like Blaine understands the value that businesses like Illiskittle provide and will value and stand by us. He understands the vast potential of the laissez-faire approach to an economy and how abstention by governments can support free enterprise companies like Illiskittle. And finally, Blaine is a man of progress. Grover Cleveland's fiscal conservatism in opposition to protective tariffs are a threat to American societies, including ours at Illiskittle. His reactionary governance and potential for economic instability are in stark contrast to James G. Blaine's forward-thinking, provision, and proactive leadership. We believe that Blaine's spirit of unity, innovation, and progress is the spirit that this nation and indeed the world needs.
So, Mr. Bola, wonderful speech. Critics argue that Blaine's policies primarily benefit large corporations at the expense of the working class. How do you respond to concerns that his approach might lead to increased economic inequality?
Yes, thank you so much, sir. This is a valid concern. While Blaine's policies favor large corporations, they are designed to create broader economic growth. By promoting free enterprise and reducing government intervention, Blaine aims to drive job creation, higher wages, and better working conditions for all Americans.
Mr. Bola, was it? You mentioned that James G. Blaine embodies the spirit of unity and innovation. Can you elaborate on specific actions or policies that he's implemented that demonstrate this, especially in light of controversies like the Mulligan letters and the lazy affair?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Neo. And certainly, Blaine has unified the Republican Party and driven economic growth through support for expanding railroads and promoting technological progress. You know, the Mulligan letters and lazy affair highlight the challenges of politics and business, but they also underscore Blaine's commitment to economic prosperity. So, as you cast your ballots and as you decide the future of this great nation, I urge you to consider the spirit of Illiskittle. I urge you to consider the spirit of unity, of innovation, and of progress. I urge you to vote for James G. Blaine.